Today, I am honored to stand here on behalf of the New Orleans Musicians Assistance Foundation and Clinic. I serve in the capacity as outreach nurse in conjunction and also with the Ashe Cultural Arts Center. I'm also the ministry lead for my church, Christian Unity's wellness programs. I'm a culture bearer in New Orleans. And early on in my career, I saw a need that was not being met. I worked in hospitals, took care of patients, brought them in and tuned them up, sent them back out to the same life they had left, and saw them coming back. As a result of that, realized a need that we had to be feet on the ground in the community. I couldn't stand behind an ivory door that had to have limited access, and thus came into the community, found the New Orleans Musicians Clinic. We are the only clinic in the United States dedicated to the care of our culture bearers. We started out boldly with musicians, but realized a musician can't play a horn if the club isn't clean. Dancers, church cooks, anyone that affects the health of the culture is our concern. And this vital issue with our Black masking Mardi Gras Indians, that issue, the fact that many of our musicians, many of our artists had nowhere to go. And even when the clinic was there, didn't always know that the clinic was available because of the stigma attached to healthcare. We as African Americans are scared of doctors, and we have rights to be.
I have been a patient of the New Orleans Musicians Clinic. I suffer from depression. I get in very dark places sometimes. The clinic has literally been a lifeline and a life support for me. I couldn't ask for better care because sometimes we think that the care is only in the examination room. But when Catherine calls me to make sure I will get my mammogram because I'm depressed and I'm not putting myself first, that makes a difference. When Mama Jamila makes sure I have my asthma medications, and she's bossy sometimes. Put one in your purse, one by your bed, one in your luggage. But I know that comes from love. Bethany has been my friend for a very long time. I have 3 friends, Bethany, Dave Anchors, my cousin before she passed away from breast cancer, and another friend, and they're clairvoyant. They know when I'm depressed, and they'll call me. Bethany will offer me my secret studio. Evelyn will call me, she's in the back, and she'll just say, "How you doing, little sis?" All of those things and all of those connections are through the Musicians Clinic. And this thing we call people who take care of people who maintain cultural traditions and expressions. The Musicians Clinic served as a broker of services for me, that they were able to get assistance for my mortgage from Music Cares, and I did not have to worry about my mortgage payment for 3 months. And that was a real blessing because I have to gig to make ends meet. And she's sitting there. I know she's trained in Feldenkrais, is that the way you say it? But she was also my therapist. Once a week I had to stop and go to see her in Boogie. And she gave me, you call them lessons, right? She gave me lessons. And then when I first went, I would be like, just thinking about all kinds of things. And I went to her over a year, and she had to tell me at some point, you need to close your eyes. Like literally, I had to be told to close my eyes and stop the world and be present in the moment. So, and I didn't pay 1 penny. And I don't know how much those lessons cost. And I know I went well over a year. I did not pay 1 penny for that service. So that was very helpful because she listened and she was never judgmental. She probably heard stuff she didn't want to hear, but she got me to relax. When I went through chemo, my feet went through some changes. And I was embarrassed because, my nails turned black and all kind of ugly stuff. And she even got me to the point that I could take my socks off. And that might sound like something minor, but to be able to trust a caregiver when you're most vulnerable and when you feel ugly. I just told Wendy a little while ago, Wendy was the person that told me, you are enough. I may be big, I may be brown, my hair may be curly, it doesn't matter. I am enough. So that's all I have to say.
Dana Siller.